This is the oldest looking and most interesting looking of these two entry gates into this large complex. We'll look a little bit more at the detail. This promises to be a day of lovely park-like gardens. Hopefully, if I can get there, the imperial grounds. It'd be interesting to see the context and to walk about the context of Tosen's history book. I wonder if that's like the woodblock signature stamp of an artist. An impressive building. We apparently can walk up into. Beautiful grounds, particularly with the sun shining as it is on those trees. So tranquil before the tourists bust in their hordes of fleas get here to wreck a beautiful ambience. You can understand the reverence of the Chinese in particular, and perhaps the Japanese, although not as much apparently, for trees, when you imagine how this would have looked if these were not stumps, but majestic trees. An incense kiosk, dramatic in its own way. First time I've seen one quite like this. Love the smell of incense though. Conjures up all kinds of wonderful things, like the 60s, China, Vietnam, Thailand. This is a large temple. I'm calling anything where people tend to pray at a temple, but I could be dead wrong. I just can't distinguish yet between a temple and a shrine because they both pray at each. And as much as I would like to call these bells, I think they're called lanterns. This is a surprise, particularly since I have no idea that it was going to be here, but it looks like an aqueduct. Apparently inside of this support is a large crack that they have been responsibly watching, and they indicate that it's not dangerous yet and does not require repair. It's a pretty ignored but quaint little falls. Definitely have to find out more about this. What a pleasant surprise. And it is still an operating aqueduct. We are about to see now is the remains. In 1264, Emperor Kameyama built a palace here. But then in 1291 he converted it to a temple to Zen Buddhism, for which he had a profound appreciation for. And this is what remains of his original palace and temple gardens. Just try to imagine the number of people, including the emperor, who sought solace, tranquility, a refuge for whatever thoughts such people have over time. And maybe this would have led to other environs. And were I the man, I would have had little places I could have sat. Just a stone, maybe an upturned cut log, where I could probably dwell at great length on certain scenes etched into my memory like photographs. Something I think we're too busy to do, even in places like Dave and Judy's home or my old home. How much time did I ever spend really sitting, contemplating my view? Lost by fire and war, and this was built by the mother of the shogun in 1703 out of Japanese cypress. Interestingly, is a poem called Summer, maybe by Saisho In. I don't know. Just curious if this roof embellishment has any significance. I hadn't noticed embellishments between the circular roof items. Slightly interesting, this is on a new building. I think it's just mere modern decoration.